Hello, everybody, and welcome back to Apollo Justice Ace Attorney. Today, as you can see, we are going to be investigating, but it's going to be a very, very different type of investigation. Excuse me, I don't know if you heard that, but I did burp. But you see here, Turnabout Succession, Mason System. Now, what's that? We'll see. We will see. That trial 7 years ago was the beginning of it all. This I know beyond a doubt. The mysteries of the past work their magic on the present. But you'll soon be finding all of this out for yourself. Which of Magnifique Grammarai's disciples pulled the trigger? When did the vanishing defendant, Zach Grammarai, go? What dark truth lurks behind that forged diary page? And what about that girl who was left behind? The past left us these 4 keys to unlocking the truth. But that's not all. There are 4 keys in the present, too. And when all the questions have their answers, the final trial will begin. But first, you must chase the truth through then and now. Think of it as a game. I, Phoenix Wright, will guide you through this game. That terrible trial saw me present forged evidence. It ended half-finished, when the defendant vanished. What became of me after that? As your investigation proceeds, the answer will become clear. Oh, and one more thing. There is something I must tell you. As Apollo Justice has his bracelet, so too do I have my own weapon of sorts. My Magatama. What does it do, you ask? That I would have you see for yourself. Well now, shall we begin? Touch the arrows to switch between past and present. Let's begin 7 years ago. In the past. It is right after my last child came to an abrupt end. Now that you know the game, let's play. Detention center. Wrong one. The nightmare trial was over, and the new nightmare of figuring out what had happened had just begun. I wanted to wake up, to walk away. But I figured I'm the only one who could do this. Probably. Besides, I had plenty of time. Thanks to the Bar Association Review Board's decision. It's hard to work when your attorney's badge has been taken away. 7 years ago, detention center, visitor's room. What strange sight doth mine eyes behold? Excuse me? 2 men on either side of a single transparent pane, yet it seems fickle fate has switched sides, so to speak. I love this. I love this song. I'm gonna have to exit out of this immediately, though, because I didn't mean to go here first. The forger of fakes walks freely, while the innocent languishes within these plexiglass confines. There's been no proof that I forged anything. No proof that I took the life of my dear mentor. Yet, These chains cannot hold me for long. The stage waits. And what, may I ask, awaits you? A little piano and a cold little hole in the wall. But since you are here, what shall we discuss? The shooting of Magnifique Grammar, for one. Hold on. Who pulled the trigger? Valant or his partner Zack? His partner vanished before the answer could be found. If I'm going to get any closer to the truth, this is the place to start. Yeah, I meant to go to Wright & Cola offices. 7 years ago, Wright & Cola offices. Oh, morning, Daddy. Ah, I'm so glad you came. You okay, Daddy? Are picking on you? I am fine, as always. This old boy here is help. He is to help me after all. That's young man to you. Good morning. That's a cute outfit you have on. Thanks, my first show's day after all. I just want to see. Yeah, we don't have our thing anymore. Apollo Justice, age 15, gender male. A green horde defense attorney I happen to meet. I call him Apollo. Christoph Gavin, age 25. He would be 25 here. Gender male. Incarcerated at the Central Penitentiary for the murder of Shady Smith. That grammar, age 40, gender male. Chooses father. Defendant in the trial. Vanished just before the verdict was announced. Chooses Enigma, age 8, gender female. Zach Grammar's daughter. Already dresses the part of a magician to the hilt. Valant Grammer, age 37, gender male. Zach's young partner and understudy. The two of them are on stage. Parasite to see, Dream Mission, age 45, gender male. Patron known for his illustrations. Poisoned at Drew Studio. Magnifique Grammar, age deceased, gender male. Founder of Troop Grammar and a great magician. Mentor of Zach and Valant. Okay. 2 weeks had passed since then. I called her into my office. Oh no, she's so sad. You see, there's something we need to talk about. It's been 2 weeks since your father disappeared. We need to start thinking about your future. I did some calling around. This is hard to say, but you have no living relatives. So, I was wondering if you wanted to stay with me for a while. Just until your daddy comes home. It won't be long. That's a lie. I hope. Of course, it's totally your choice. If you don't like it here, you can go wherever you'd like. I could look up some places you might like to stay at. This is so weird. Mr. Attorney, Daddy told me about you. He said I could trust you. Huh? Really? So if I stay here? God damn it. Does that mean you'll be my family? Huh? I guess so. My god. Getting weirder. Mr. Attorney? Actually, why don't you call me Nick? Or you can call me Daddy if you'd like. It doesn't have to be today or anything. Phoenix. It's been 2 seconds. Okay, say, Daddy. That was quick. Yes? If I move here, I have to switch schools, right? And I was thinking, I haven't paid for lunches at my last school for a year. So thanks, Daddy. Ah. In this office, it's a little blah. Well, it was a law office. A little color goes a long way, you know. Ah. Oh, and Daddy, you got fired from work, right? Don't you worry one bit. I'll work twice as hard. We'll make it through this. Trucy? How old are you? Oh, I'm 8. But don't let appearances deceive you. I'm a young professional. Stick with me and you'll do just fine, Daddy. Ah, thanks. Why does it feel like she's already in charge? An old movie poster hangs on the wall. I finally found out the title after not knowing for the longest time. I actually rented the movie the other day. Cried my eyes out. Ah, just thinking about it makes me tear up. Wait, it's just allergies, really. I should show it to her when she's a little older. Wait, what was it called again? Oh my god, Phoenix. Quite the collection of law books. My mentor bought all of them. I used to be too busy to read them. Now that I have the time to read them, there's no need. But I can't just sell them. Maybe Juicy will want to read them someday? Nah. My mentor's favorite plant, Charlie. I guess watering Charlie's my only real job now. Wait, I have a child now! I can't feed Trucy like this! She probably needs more than the occasional watering, too, I'm guessing. Oh my god. You can still see that hotel from the window here. Every time I look out, I think back on those old cases. I wonder if the view looks different now that I'm not wearing my old badge. I really dig the far-out view, Daddy. Thanks. She must have learned a lot of words from her parents. So, Daddy, you got fired from being a lawyer, right? You could at least kind of look aside or something when you say that. It's actually kind of hard for me. For Daddy. Oh, I'm sorry, Daddy. Wait, is that foolish pride? My other daddy always used to talk about that. Actually, that's pretty accurate. So, here's my idea. We'll make a new office. Law just seems so stiff, doesn't it? And no one will be my friend at school that way. Well, that one too, I guess. I just don't know much about anything other than law. I want to see. Okay, so it's not broken. Okay, so in the Hotel Dusk, I have it, the way you have to orient it, it's different. And the things that's cut off at the ends here, where there's black. I don't know. I just don't know much about anything other than law. Or even much to do about law, if you were to ask some people. Maybe the problem is calling it an office. We should run an agency instead. You mean, like a talent agency? Forgive me for asking, but doesn't that require talent? You've got me, don't ya? I'm a professional. A professional? Yep. After all, I am directly descended from the famous samurai. Directly descended? He's your father. Oh, and now I'm directly descended from the famous Phoenix Wright too. I think an eight-year-old just massaged my ego. Could you tell me a bit more about your daddy, Zach Grammeri? Daddy? Sure thing, Daddy. Which daddy was that again? Daddy is so amazing. The biggest star of Troop Grammeri, and they're big. The Grammeris. They're on television a lot. Haven't seen them on much recently, come to think of it. Big magic happens when you put Zack and Grammeri together, you know? Once they made a giant waterfall right there on the stage. And this giant trout swam up the giant waterfall. Let me guess, there's a giant fisherman waiting for him at the top. I wish we could have seen more of Daddy's magic. I shouldn't have brought it up so soon. I wonder what'll happen to me with Daddy and Mommy both gone. Mommy? Yeah, what about Mommy? I haven't heard anything about Trucy's mother. But I have my magic, and a great daddy, even if he is unemployed. You know, I think things are going to be okay. I wonder if she'll talk about her mother. So, Trucy, you're a professional. Yes, it's like that thing they say. Baby frogs grow up to be frogs? They say that? I just thought it was funny, though. What was? Aren't baby frogs called tadpoles? Maybe they thought it would be easier to understand that way for kids. How stupid! Right. So in conclusion, you're a professional magician, Trucy? That's right. Well, want to see a trick? You're going to do a magic trick? Actually, I would like to see your trick. I just realized Phoenix is here. Like, on the button, this button, that button. Phoenix is on it. Why did they remove Apollo from it? But put Phoenix here? That's so weird. The future of the agency depends on it, after all. That's the spirit. At least I don't remember Apollo being there. He might be. I don't remember. It's only an investigations, and we have no more Apollo investigations left. It's a different layout on the 3D games, because we'll be playing the mobile versions of those. Ready? Here goes! Ta-da! Oh, he's so cute. Hi, folks. It's Mr. Hat. I gotta say, it's good to be seen. Yeah! Whoa! That was startling. The amazing Mr. Hat, isn't he? Great! A friendly neighborhood Mr. Hat, at your service. He certainly makes an impression. Doesn't he? I'm so glad you like him, Daddy. Although my routines do get a bit heady at times. You get it? Heady. My friendly neighborhood Mr. Hat nearly gave me a heart attack. The amazing Mr. Hat, added to the court record. Type other, received from Juicy Enigmar. Juicy's favorite trick, startlingly realistic. Touch the check button for details. Oh. Could you tell me about your mommy, if it's okay? Mommy was so pretty. She was on stage, she was like an angel on the up on stage. On stage? You mean with your daddy? Yep. She was always there with sac and volant, smiling. But then she went away. Went away? It was a grand illusion, but she made a mistake. She vanished, and I guess she didn't know how to get back. Maybe so. I cried then a lot. That's when Daddy gave me this. Here. This is your mother. She's beautiful. Her name's Thalassa. Thalassa Grammari. Poor girl. I didn't know her mommy had gone missing. Thalassa? Is it upon the last of? Because Juicy is technically no longer Grammari, and I guess this is kind of spoiling, but I don't really care. Thalassa is still technically alive. There's Volant too, so that doesn't quite make sense. Eh. Poor girl. I didn't know her mom had gone missing. Now her dad's vanished too. Right before her eyes. Hey, Daddy, you won't... Don't worry. I won't vanish. I promise. Right. You can't even do magic. You're like a backup plan. Daddy always said to have a backup plan. I guess all I rate it as is a backup plan. Juicy's locket added to the court record. I think that's probably enough for today. Type other, received from Juicy Enigmar, contains a photo of Juicy's mother, Thalassa. Same kind of a locket Phoenix steals in the future. Sorry to ask you so much all at once like that. It's okay. After all, we're family. I just hope you're ready. The Right Talent Agency opens tomorrow. What? But are we representing anyone? Me and you. That makes two, Daddy. I think you need more than that to make an agency. Besides, you may be a magician, but I'm no talent. Oh, I'm sure there's something you're good at. Well, when you put it that way. You mean you don't have any tricks? No standbys? This will not do. A boy should always have a trick or two in his pocket. Okay, I'll think of something. That's the spirit. See you bright and early tomorrow, Daddy. It's so cute. Welcome to the team, Daddy-o. The team. Right. Sometimes when magicians vanish, they leave something behind. That's how Trucy became Trucy Wright, my daughter. To be honest, I was pretty lost those first few days. Thinking back on it, it was a pretty dark time in my life. But Trucy, happy, smiling Trucy, she was my light. That's one down. 7 to go. Defendant lobby number 2. We actually get to investigate this place. 7 years ago, District Court, defendant lobby number 2. Didn't think I'd be back here for a while. I didn't want to have to remember that day. Though I deeply regret having to declare a verdict in this way, this trial is over. Your Honor. Yes, Mr. Zack. There is one thing I wish to make clear. Today, in this courtroom, you cannot declare me guilty. What are you talking about? I am talking about this. Mr. Enigmar! The defendant's escaped. Find him, quick. Bailiff, close all exits from the building. On the double, he must not be allowed to escape. When I came here on that fateful morning, I still had my badge, but now, like an amputated limb, I can still feel it itching. Where do I start? I don't even have the authority to investigate. Hey, you there, sir! Down on the hands, floor on your head, now! What's the big deal? What's the big idea? My ears. No unauthorized personnel aren't allowed in here. But that would mean all unauthorized personnel are allowed. Zoink! Hi, Meekins. I just say it like it is, sir, and it's usually wrong. Thrown out of the precinct, lost my friends, my girl, and even my wallet. We've met before, haven't we? On a case, 2 years ago. No recollection of that, sir. Huh? For me, working on a case is always in the present progressive tense, sir. There is no past. There is only now, sir. Okay. You're the bailiff, right? Yes, sir. Court bailiff Mike Meekins at your service, sir. I've asked to meet with the bailiff at this court who let the magician escape. Let me try to make this as absolutely clear as possible for you, sir. It was me, sir. But you were a regular police officer once, right? Sometimes bad things happen to good people, sir. Something tells me it's a long story. Let's not go there. So, you're in charge of security at the time of the vanishing? I'm dying over here. Oh, it's a hard knock life, sir. Thrown out of the precinct, lost my friends, my girl, and even my wallet. Guess I wasn't the only victim. Fucking love Meekins. No, we have Thalassa here too. Thalassa Grammari, age 33, gender female, Trucy's mother, still missing after her sudden disappearance. Mike Meekins the GOAT, age 24, gender male, bailiff responsible for his security at the trial where Zach Grammari vanished. I wanna examine things first. I must have seen that painting 1,000 times, but I never really looked at it until now. I guess my head was too stuck in the trials. I never had time to stop and appreciate art. I have time now. Okay, let's appreciate. Actually, it's pretty lame. I actually took a nap on that couch once when I was still practicing law. Boy, was that a mistake. I never even sit on the lobby sofas now. I never let my clients sit on them either. It's bad luck. You know, I think this was the lobby I used for my very first case. This plant must have seen me grow from a rookie to an ace to a has-been. I hate you, plant. Just kidding. I guess the store was officially a prop in Zach Gramrai's last show. He passed through that lobby door and vanished. But to where? He choreographed that entire fateful child according to his grand scenario. I hate magicians. You don't hate Jersey, though. I can't show people my badge anymore because I don't have one. The last time we met, you were a police officer, right? In fact, you're still wearing your uniform. Sir, I wish I didn't have to tell you this, but last year, tragedy struck a rising star at the precinct. I lost my case files 4 times, in 3 days. They fired me. That takes real talent. Actually, they don't know what they're missing. So here I am, sir, forced to start from square one, a lowly bailiff. But your uniform... I took it with me as a souvenir the day I was fired. That can't be legal. So, you were the one who let that magician get away that day. I'm dying over here. The storm rises among the court bailiffs, full of hope. But then, tragedy strikes. Is there anything you can tell me about it? About Zach Gramrai's disappearance? Oh, the humanity! That's enough of that. Well, yes, I'd say it was around 2 p.m. when I heard a commotion in court. I opened the door to see what might be amiss. The door slams open, slam, and some guy's face is right there in front of me. Face. So, you saw someone suspicious coming your way? Yes, and I, being a bailiff of little standing, I gave chase. I chased that subcat all the way down the hall, sir. I have a diagram of the court building here. Aha! There's courtroom number 7. That's where I was, sir. All by myself. Nary a friend to call my own. Okay. In which way did Zach Gramrai run after bursting through the courtroom door? He went up like this, and around the corner, like that. So I, with no delay, ran after him with no delay. And when I turned the corner, I saw that magic man run into the defendant lobby. Swiftly I ran. Following him, I threw myself boldly into the room. Why, I remember it like it was right here, because it was. Lobby number 2, sir. He ran into this room. I don't see any place to hide in here. Believe it or not, sir, I didn't believe it. Here, in this room, the magician, gone, vanished like a puff of smoke. Except there wasn't even any smoke. He was just gone. That's impossible. Yes, that word. Oh, how many times have I said that word? Even the sound of it causes me indescribable pain. I'm dying. I'm dying over here. Okay, I won't say it again, promise. But you have to admit, it's very difficult to vanish into thin air. Did you search the lobby? I searched. Why the pause? There was nothing here at all, sir. That's right, nothing was here, sir. How can he talk so loud and still be hiding something? So Zach was in this building when he vanished? Absolutely, sir. I saw him with my own eyes. With my own eyes. That red silk hat, that flowing cape. He ran right in here, right inside this room. Silk hat, cape? That's Zach, alright. But sir, look at the room. There's not a single place to hide. Sir, there was nothing I could do, but nothing, sir. What about now? Have any ideas? Sir! Ideas about what exactly, sir? If you don't mind me asking. You've had quite a bit of time since then. Has something occurred to you at all? Do you have any idea what trick he might have used to disappear like that? Psyche locks. I should have known. My Magatama. One of my most prized possessions, which I got during a certain case. It can show me the locks on people's hearts. And if I can unlock their hearts, They'll tell me their secrets. The Magatama starts it all, and the Magatama ends it. No, take that! No, take that! No, take that, Phoenix Wright! The disappearing trick. Okay, Mr. Meekins. His face is hidden by the locks, by the chains. What do you know? Spit it out. Hey! What's with the atmosphere here all of a sudden? You know something, and I'm going to find out what. Zach Grammar vanished from this room. How'd he do it? Oh, sir. Well, sir, I can't say as I... Sir. Why are you so nervous if you aren't hiding something? Well, sir, you see, at the time, sir, I was here, and... Listen, it was impossible. What could such a little girl possibly do anyway? What did you just say? Sir, did I just say something, sir? No, you screamed it through that megaphone of yours. There was someone else in the room, wasn't there? Sir, I'm going to have to invoke my right to remain in a state of not talking. It's okay, Meekins. You don't have to tell me who Zach's accomplice was. I know who was here in this room that... day. Sir! I've never seen that girl until just the other day. Mr. Meekins, I'm not buying it. Sir! Sir, that day, she was here, in the room, sir. But he wasn't. You mean, you chased her into this room, not him? Sir, in my days as a police officer, literally days, I learned a thing or two. Okay, just one thing, but it was how not to mistake a girl for a 7-foot-tall magician. 7 feet? Zach isn't that tall, is he? You have a point. I find it hard to imagine that anyone would mistake a little girl for Zach Grammar. But you saw something, and therein lies the trick. I think you know what it was, Mr. Meekins. Tell me, does this trick look familiar? What's that? That girl's favorite trick. The amazing Mr. Hat. She uses it in her show down at the Wonder Bar. Have you been to the Wonder Bar? So, it wasn't a waking dream, was it, sir? Come again? That night on stage I saw a vision, except it wasn't a vision. It was a hat. An amazing Mr. Hat. He really exists. I remember it clearly, although the details are a little vague. Zach Grammar exited the courtroom. I gave chase and cornered him in the corner room, sir. Zach Grammar, I don't even think you can escape Meekins. Down on your hands, floor on your head. Hello? Something the matter, mister? No, that is... Sir, I'm currently chasing a suspect, sir. Zach Grammar, do you know him? Oh, I love Zach Grammar. His magic is the best. I'm his biggest fan. I see. That's why you're wearing that costume you're wearing. Anyway, that very same Zach came into this room. But no one's been in here except me. But he has to be in here somewhere. Under the sofa, in the trash can, behind the painting, under the rug. So, Tracy was his accomplice. Imagine my astonished surprise when, 1 week later, I just happened to walk into a bar and see him, Mr. Hat. I couldn't believe my own eyes. For a while, I thought it had all been a long dream. A dream that lasted a week? But it wasn't the magician who disappeared. It was Mr. Hat. Though it seems complex, what really happened that day was quite simple. You were standing by the door, and out came Zack. But that wasn't all. Another person got in on the act. He was standing in front of lobby number 2, along with Mr. Hat. Ah, that's the beauty of it, isn't it? So, while you were standing in shock and amazement, the magician rounds the corner, and most likely runs through the closest door, into lobby number 1. This is where you come in. You turn the corner, in rather lukewarm pursuit, and at that very moment Tracy runs into lobby number 2. Then all she has to do is tuck away the amazing Mr. Hat. That has to be very heavy. Mr. Hat. Sir, I only lost sight of him for the briefest of moments. Then I saw that cape, that glamorized red cape fluttering like a cape. Astounding, sir! All my days of posing queries and making inquiries and chasing quarries, wasted. It was as if I could see them melting away like an ice cream cone left by the side of the road to die, with the scattered remains of a messily eaten chocolate parfait. Such sweet sorrows. I'm sorry. I had no idea how much you'd suffered on account of this case. It's an honor, sir. I've apologized to people many, many times, sometimes more than once. But this is the first time anyone's ever apologized to me. Actually, about that girl. I'm sort of her guardian now. Is that so? Sir, you should know that I harbor no ill feelings whatsoever in my harbor. Okay. I let the defendant escape. That's the stone-cold truth. Just another step on my way from singing the blues to wearing the blues. Someday, sir, I'll be standing side by side with the great detective Guamshu. Mr. Meekins, this is a free ticket to the show at the Wonder Bar. If you want. It's an honor, sir. Sir, I can't count the number of things I've had taken from me, sir. But no one's ever given me anything for free. Right, I'll see you in court next time then, sir. I look forward to it. All eyes were on Zack Glamorai that day in court, until his mysterious disappearance. Now part of the mystery has been revealed, but the magician remained out of sight. It would be 7 years before I met him again. Well, that's actually a really nice segue into where we have to go to next. The Borscht Bowl Club. Present day, Borscht Bowl Club. I'll be taking my leave now. How old is Mike here? He'd be 31 here. That's crazy. Paula, you're 22, right? Yep. 32. He's 10 years older. Wow. Still have some work to do back at the office. Then I guess I'll go back to my piano. To be honest, it's better when you aren't playing. This frigid culinary dungeon almost feels comfortable. Later then. 2 hours left on my shift. Wonder if we'll get any customers tonight. Do you know who I am? Who I am? No, but if you can hum it, I can play it. Just kidding. I don't do requests. How about a different sort of request? You see, I play cards. Oh, a customer. I was just hoping someone would come in and save me from a night at the Keys. Flocka, stop. I seek a true competition. I've heard the Borscht Bowl Club is the place for this. Okay, hold on. Drink. Now, I see the rumor is true. And this is a friend of yours. Ah, don't mind me. I'm just your friendly neighborhood newsman. Ah, he will not be playing tonight. When his business is finished, I shall send him home. This competition will be between us, no others. The Right Talent Agency represents 2 artists. And I'm number 2. I play piano. Well, sort of. It's actually just a front for my real talent, which is playing poker. Don't ask me how I got started. I don't remember. But I'm good. Real good. It didn't take long for the rumors to get around. Go to the Borscht Bowl Club if you want to play a real game. That guy's never lost. People don't come here to hear me tickle the ivory. They come here to watch me play cards. Is this a seedy poker club? No, it's a restaurant. We don't play for high stakes. There's no money involved. But real players carry cash, and they're always thirsty. It's a handy source of income for the club owner. Then let's compete. I'll take you to the room. I doubt, yes. But before we go... Yes? Allow me to introduce myself. My name is Shady Smith. Oh, and I'm Brashel. Spark Brashel, news reporter. Oh, I'm... No. Phoenix Wright. Huh? You must always look a man in the eye when you make your introductions. You still do not know who I am. Have we... met? Ah! Today, in this courtroom, you cannot declare me guilty. What are you talking about? I'm talking about this. Mr. Nigmar! The defendant's escaped. Find him, quick. Bailiff, close all exits from the building. On the devil, he must not be allowed to escape. You can't be. But you're... Zach Grammeri. Yes, the reincarnation act of the century. Pity I have only an audience of 1. You. Zach Grammeri. This must be a bad dream. In a sense, this guy ruined my life. You there. Da? You will play soon. Ready the room. Da. I will be preparing the hideout for you. Are you really him? The Zach Grammeri? Now I am Shady Smith. Remember this. How many years has it been now? 6? In exactly 3 days from now, it will be 7. It caused you much inconvenience, I fear. Yeah, you could say that. Is she well? Trucy, I mean. She's fine. I've got her working already. Hope you don't mind. I hardly need to express my gratitude, but you have it. You suck ass. You're a terrible person. Because why do you want to, try to ruin Phoenix Wright? Ruin his reputation? And his, source of income when he's taking care of your daughter? You're an asshole. I'm glad you died. This is why I've come. Not to settle a matter of cards. By which you mean poker. His eyes. He's serious. I despise losing above all else. And so I've decided that I will win tonight, no matter what it takes. I know this guy's type, and they're dangerous. Everything's about the competition. All else is secondary. Perhaps we should take time to talk before we play. I know you have much to ask me. And I you. So I would present my badge, but I don't have that anymore. Because of you. We competed that day 7 years ago, too. Ah, yes. You must have been surprised. Called to the detention center out of the blue. 2. 1. Shutdown time. I lost. It's only a game of poker. A game I've played for a long time. And only lost twice. It was the first. The man I killed, of course. You chose your defense attorneys by playing poker. Some are hired, others fired. When you compete, you see a man's true nature. You know what I speak of. I know that you do. Trucy's power? Trucy. She's in a class of her own. For 7 years, I've played poker here at the Borscht Bowl Club. And I've never lost once. I'm good, but not that good. I win because whenever there's a big game, I bring in Trucy. And she sends me signals. Daddy, he's got a good hand. Might have a chance if you act quick. Better call him soon. Can you tell me what her power is? Judging a person's thoughts by reading their reactions is a staple of performance magic. But those of Trucy's line possess far greater skill. Her line. Recall, you were the second man to whom I've lost. Magnific grammar, That was the first time I'd learned of this power, as you call it. Wait, so you're saying her power is genetic? It's just in the Grammar blood or something? Blood. 3. I'm sorry, but it is not something told lightly to outsiders. And it is nothing you need to know at this time. It's some kind of Grammar secret, then. Fine. She's 15 this year. She's still trying her best to follow in your footsteps, you know? I see. When I planned my disappearing act, it was the thought of her alone that gave me pause. Wait, you were planning on vanishing from the get-go? Yes, and for that I must apologize. However, I could not be found guilty that day. Because of this. This? The transfer of rights. You see the signature? The transferal. That's Magnific Grammar's signature, isn't it? I hereby give all rights to the secrets, staging, and performance of my magic to the recipient named below. And the recipient's name is you, Zach Grammarai. Yes, it is I. Wait, this page looks torn. You call the diary, yes? So he's sure that is just the reason. Okay. First, take a look at this diary. Note that a page has clearly been ripped out. And it just so happens, I have here what I believe to be the missing page. Wait, let me see that. How could I forget? That scrap of paper lost me my attorney's badge. This is the real page that was torn from the book. Magnific gave it to me that night. You could have told me this earlier, like 7 years earlier. Once again, I must apologize. It was all I could do to prepare for my escape from that courtroom. The greatest of Magnific Grammar's illusions are true art. As such, they are well protected by this document. Only its bearer may perform his illusions on stage. Sounds like a pretty important thing to have if you're his disciple. As the rightful heir to his art, I too wanted a rightful heir. Rightful? I'm sure you know who I chose as my successor. Your daughter. That is why I've risked all to come here tonight. Brushel. Sir! Here you go! What's this? A letter passing the rights I have inherited to Trucy. I would have you sign here as a witness. But I'm not a lawyer anymore. You need a public notary besides. Ah, I may not look it, but I am a certified notary. You are? By day I wear a notary's glasses and hunt for news. Also by day I wear reporter's glasses and notarize. When I take off the glasses, I can't see very well. He's a very weird guy, but you just gotta deal with it. He's been there for me before. You just gotta deal with it, man. Your signature, please. This is the first reason I have come here tonight. Transferal of rights added to the court record. Type documents. Received from Shady Smith. Ah, I finally figured it out. Type a document transferring the rights to perform the Grammar repertoire to daughter Trucy. Now I know why you've come out of hiding only now. It's been 7 years, you said? Precisely. There's a law that covers your situation. After 7 years, missing persons are considered to be legally deceased. So, if someone was to vanish from the face of the earth 7 years ago, they would lose all rights as a living person after 7 years from that day. Not to mention all of their possessions. Exactly. Which is why I'm here. I risk showing my face in public for the sake of this document. Before my 7 years are up. You might say, I am securing my daughter's inheritance. But do you really need this document? Wouldn't Trucy inherit your estate automatically? Not in this case, I'm afraid. In this case? Yes, I received performance rights from Magnific Grammar. However, this was done in secret without witnesses. Before Magnifi died, 2 potential successors to his repertoire were named. Myself, Zach Grammar and Valot Grammar. Not Trucy. I see. So you do need this document. I have known Threshold since before I vanished. He's the man I trust. Now only 3 know of my rebirth. I took the liberty of looking into Trucy's background and found you had no other close kin. It is as you say. Okay. I was kind of hoping he'd say something about the mother at this point. I know everyone else, but Trucy's mother is a mystery. This person in the photo is Trucy's mother. How did you come by this? She showed it to me. She said her mother was gone. Then it is so. Huh? She is gone. What more is there to say? Lots? Ah, I know. Oh, you're still here? According to my in-depth research, Trucy's mother Magnifi's Grandma's only daughter, end quote. What? Magnifi's daughter? Is that true, Mr. Zack? Bresher, you say too much. What? Why am I the bad guy? Why? Zack decked him. In any case, Mr. Wright, this discussion is over. I want to see, hey, it is updated here. Oh, in reality, the magician Zack murdered at the Russian eatery, the Borscht Bowl Club. Okay. Poisoned at your studio. Okay. Currently incarcerated at the Central Prison for the murder of Shady Smith. Freelance journalist can smell a scoop from miles away. Spark Marshall, age 36, gender male. Excuse me. Mike Beacons, age 31, gender male. Bailiff responsible for security at the trial where Zach Grammar vanished. Okay. In any case, Mr. Wright, this discussion is over. Philosopher Grammar, she's the most mysterious of the whole lot. I need to gather me some more evidence clearly. Well, the prelude may have been longer than the main attraction. Shall we begin our game? My final competition. Final? Why? As you said, I have come out of hiding today to make this document legally binding. Once that is done, I shall slip once more into the underground. I shall slip once more underground. Without seeing your daughter? It would be best if I did not. 7 years ago, we played. 7 years ago, I lost. I already lost to Magnifi. I do not care to lose to another. And I have heard that you never lose. It's just a rumor. Yes, for it is impossible to never lose, unless one has an ace up one's sleeve. As a magician, it causes me no end of irritation. I think a mere lawyer might be out there, pulling the wool over so many eyes. Eh? I just signed your document for you. Maybe you could try lightening up. That was that. This is this. You're not Larry Butts, you can't say that. That's Larry's line. For my final competition, I will destroy your perfect record, Phoenix Wright. This will be my final performance. You are warned. This guy's beyond serious. So much for a fun evening of cards. Brushel, you may leave. Ah, but it's your last game. I mean, what a scoop. I punch, and I punch, but still it is not enough. I just remembered a future prior engagement. Fiddles, gentlemen! Oh, and nice meeting you, Piano Man. Then let us begin. Dealer! Da? You'll be witness to our competition. Da, it is honor for me. Why haven't I seen her around here before? Ah, that reminds me. I saw a familiar face as I entered this restaurant. He did not seem to notice me, however. Gavin. I believe his name was... You know him? After a fashion. Listen, Phoenix Wright. One can learn much from a true competition. Remember this. The Grammar power. I was close to understanding it, but I needed more. And I knew where to get it. Bruce's mother. I need to meet that reporter again. That was clear. And one other thing. From the moment my final competition with Zack began that night, a name was running through my head. The name of a man now in prison. A name Zack Grammar I knew. But how? And why? Solitary Cell 13. We'll be going back to the Borscht Bowl Club. Present day. Central Prison. Solitary Cell 13. It's a very nice cell you have here. Well, isn't this an unexpected surprise? What errand brings you down to my cramped confines? Gavin! Is this your idea of revenge, Phoenix Wright? Revenge for the events that took away your attorney's badge 7 years ago? My past is like my logic. Straight and true. Nothing's changed. All I did was point the finger of justice in the proper direction. Fine. I'm glad we could have this little tut-a-tut. Mr. Wright? Tut-a-tut, right? You look well, Phoenix Wright. You too, Gavin. Life has been full of surprises, for both of us. I've no doubt you never expected to lose that attorney's badge of yours. And I'll bet you never expected to wind up here. Shady Smith was the name of the man you killed. Did you know who he really was? Who he was? Zack Grammar. You know, the defendant. I remember him, of course. What'd you say Smith was Zack? Impossible. Don't even try to tell me it was a coincidence. What did I just say? Life is full of surprises. Don't you think? After the trial, you were arrested and found guilty. But your motive was never made clear. A mistake I plan to remedy. You're not an attorney anymore, Phoenix Wright. What possible conclusion do you think this investigation of yours can lead to? I killed a man named Smith with a bottle because I am an evil human being. Isn't that enough? Not for me, it isn't. I need to know why you did it, Gavin. You recall that case 7 years ago? Ah, yes. The trial where Zach Grammar pulled his famous vanishing act. My brother won his fair share of praise and adoration for that trial, as I recall. A genius prosecutor reveals crooked attorney, was it? That was when I met you, wasn't it? Was it now? The Bar Association Review Board voted unanimously for the strictest punishment. Unanimous, save for one dissenting opinion. Yours. It was my brother who was responsible for putting you in that position, after all. For 7 years we've been friends, and yet I still don't understand you. But right, your friendship towards me was never pure. You suspected me then, as you still do now, don't you? Honestly, right now, I'm not sure what I think. You didn't just brain a guy with a juice bottle for no reason. Tell me why you did it. Persistent, aren't you? I came here because I remembered something. The night of our game, Zach Grimmer, I mentioned your name, Gavin. Ah, that reminds me. I saw a familiar face as I entered this restaurant. You do not seem to notice me, however. Gavin, I believe was his name. After that, he was killed, and I asked you to help me. Because I remembered your kindness back when everyone had turned on me. I seemed to be in a bit of trouble. Something like that. Dead. Someone hit him. Hard. Me? Please. The cops should be here any minute. I'm in your hands. Should have come to that. I have to know. Why did you kill Shady Smith? No. Zach Grammar. Whoa! I've never seen psyche locks like these. Dark, cold, full of despair. Can I even unlock these things? Something wrong, right? No, it's nothing. You shouldn't push yourself so hard. Life is to be taken easy, you know? He's doing his nails. Black psyche locks. We don't get to break them in this game, which kinda sucks. I wish we got to break them. You're thinking what self-respecting man would use nail polish. Not really. I know appearances are a big thing with you. You know what I say? One cannot live a beautiful life without beautiful nails. First rate in all things, except nothing less. That certainly does look like first-rate nail polish. I like the sparkly bottle. It's crystal. If you're so drawn to it, please, have one. It's on me. No. Very nice of you, even though I got you arrested and all. Nail polish, type other. Retrieved from solitary sale. Nail polish slipped in the pocket. Solitary sale 13. Retrieved from Christoph Gavin's cell. The nail polish is colorless. That envelope's been bothering me since I came in here. It's not nice to peek at other people's mail. You get mail here. You get mail here in jail. That I do. Though they read it first, apparently. Still, I am allowed the pleasure of correspondence. Packages and the like are a different matter, however. Looks like sneaking a peek at is out of the question. I think that's all I can do here currently. Yep. And go back to the past. Drew Studio. 7 years ago, Drew Studio. I figured you'd come here sooner or later. I forgot what voice I gave this man. I decided on sooner. Drew Misham, was it? You're in my thing here, yeah? I haven't done anything illegal. Yes, you have. And I didn't come here to whine about past events. I wanted to ask you some questions. I suppose you have that right. That day, the entire court descended into chaos. Only you stood still, your eyes caught me watching. I admit it made quite an impression on me. I'm used to finding myself in outrageous situations. It's Phoenix right, was it? I'll answer what I can. I'm not sure, but it feels like I'm being watched intensely. She's so cute. Little Vera. Ah, this is my daughter. Vera, say hello. She's gone. Shall we begin then? Is she gonna be in here now? Vera Misham, age 12, gender female. Arrested on suspicion of poisoning her father, Drew Misham, currently on trial. Judging from this place, you're a painter. Not, sadly, a profitable one. I've never sold a painting. A source of considerable embarrassment. I wouldn't be able to get by if it were only me. Your daughter? Her mother grew wary of me and left. I don't want her to grow up needy, Mr. Wright. That is why I began my other occupation. Forgeries. Don't look at me with those eyes. I know what it is that I do. More than half of the paintings they bring me are stolen. And who knows what my copies are used for. But some of your works aren't paintings, correct? You may not believe me when I tell you this, but that was my first work outside painting. What? To think it would be used as evidence in a murder trial. I never imagined the possibility. Why did you take the job? I was well paid. Very well paid. I think he feels worse about it than I do. The past is hard to to escape. Honestly, the sooner I can put this behind me, the better. With apologies to you, of course. Sorry, but it's not going to be quite so easy. Just trying to figure out what he made. Looks like I'll have to remind him. Your work. Don't try to pretend you've forgotten. Sure, all you did was make a copy. But that copy might have destroyed the life of an innocent man. I'm responsible too, which is why I have to know. And you have to tell me. It would be difficult to escape this. Then, let's talk. Well then, ready to tell me about this work you did? It was unlike anything I had attempted before. I guess it would be a little different from paintings. That is not what I meant. What I mean, in all my previous works, it sufficed to create a copy. This wasn't a copy. The client gave me two things that day. The first was a sample page as reference. The second, a printed document I can only surmise was written by my client. So, you used the real writing as a reference to reproduce what the client wrote. Yes, as I said, it was my first job of that nature. So, who was your client? As I said in court, I do not know. Really? Even for such a suspicious request? If it was me, I'd want to know as much as I could about the requester. I never met them. Not personally, Ah, the Psyche lock, of course. Seems you're still hiding something. Something about this work. I miss the take that, man. I miss him yelling, take that! You're hiding something. Let's hear it then. What are you hiding from me, Mr. Misham? I'm sorry, but I really don't know. I never met the client. True. When I asked the client's name, there was no Psyche-locks in sight. Regardless, you're hiding something. You have to be, otherwise it wouldn't make sense. Why are you doing this to me? Well, I've made my stand, and I'm backing down now. So, what's Misham hiding? Like I said, I never met the client. How could I have hide something I do not know? You did say that, didn't you? And with no Psyche-locks either. So, he's not lying about that, I guess. Many times as you want, my answer's the same. I personally never spoke to the client. And you personally? That is... Well, I've made my stand. Okay. You can pretty much piece together what it is from what you've said. What is it, then? You told me what you knew about the client. And I couldn't see any Psyche-locks. Psyche-locks? Is that some sort of asylum security? Or a new hairstyle, perhaps? But then they did show up, didn't they? Who was your client? As I said in court. Okay, this was like 2 seconds ago. A video game? You don't need to show me this again. Not personally. Those words triggered the Psyche-lock. Again with those Psyche-locks. Now I really must know what they are. So, you didn't meet the client. But someone else did. Maybe the real forger behind this evidence. Perhaps I'm hung up on this lock business. But I'm afraid you've lost me. Yeah, well, I didn't come here to talk about Psyche-locks. As long as I come to the right conclusion, it doesn't matter how I get there. Your conclusion is, the real forger behind this wasn't you, Mr. Misham. Poppycock! I don't know what you're talking about. That's my work, I tell you. Made here in my studio. Who else could it have been but me? That's the real question, isn't it? If the forger wasn't you, then I don't have many other people to choose from. The real forger at Drew's studio is... The real forger is your daughter, Vera Misham, isn't it? Ridiculous. My daughter's only 12 years old, Mr. Wright. I've always been more one for landscapes, not surrealism. Nice comeback, but you're shaking in your boots. I've got you now. The only 2 people with access to the studio are you and your daughter. The Psyche-locks tell me you're not the forger, which makes your daughter the only possibility. I feel very much on the verge of going Psyche-lock myself. I don't know how you knew, but you're right. The one who made this page was my daughter, Vera, not I. She's only 12, a genius you might call her. A precocious little girl outshining her father. There's been a lot of that going around recently. I let her play in the studio, and she watched me. She taught herself in that way. The drafting tools and analytical devices I bought when they became necessary. They're my little girl's playthings now. Ah, do I detect a bit of fatherly pride? So, Vera was the one who made this page. Would you know who the client was, then? Actually, the client came once. Here, to this studio. What? Why didn't you say so sooner? But the face was covered and they did not want to talk to me. So, they talked to your daughter. I will speak only with the artist, the client told me. That little girl might know something about him. Hold on. This. Forgot. Maybe I'll just slide on over here for a closer look. Yep, that same thing. That's a pretty bottle. Ah, don't touch that, please. I'll get in trouble. belongs to Vera, you see. She always puts it somewhere she can see it. She looks at it often. There's a light pink fluid inside. Nail polish, I'm guessing. It's an awfully small frame. What's that inside it? A stamp? Ah, please don't touch that, I'll get in trouble. That stamp belongs to Sphera, you see. She always puts it somewhere she can see it. That's Second Volant. The Grammarize, isn't it? The post office issued that commemorative stamp last year, when the Grammarize were at the height of their popularity. Not anymore, now that one of them has vanished off the face of the earth. And they're the primary colors, that's fine. That's cute. I went to see one of their shows when she was quite small. She's been a dedicated fan ever since. She watched them every time they came on TV, until the end. I see. That sounds quite hard to come by, I hear. I still wonder how she got her hands on it. Commemorative stamp out of the court record. Type other. See. Retrieved from Drew Studio. I wanna... Commemorative stamp showing the troop grammar. I touch the check button for details. Okay, what do I do now? Maybe I should talk to her father a bit more. Or is it time to turn my attention to Vera? Mr. Misham, I have a request. Let me guess. You'd like to speak with my daughter. Can I? My daughter has never been one to talk to strangers. She's quite shy, extremely so, actually. There's only one exception. Which was, oddly enough, which was that client. I left the studio while they talked. I returned when they had finished, and she was laughing. That was the first time I'd seen anything of the sort. Please, let me speak with her. All right. Uh-oh. This could be tough. Vera, was it? Would you like to have a friendly chat? I'm Phoenix Wright, ex-lawyer, and pianist. I'm still looking for the keys that say Do Re Mi. Can't find them anywhere. I'm no good at this. I need something to get through to this girl. And then there's this. Nice stamp. Hey, she spoke. She can talk. Yeah, so the stamp. How can I keep her talking? Isn't Troop Grammar amazing? Yes? Oh! I especially like those two, Zach and Volant. I mean, they're, just so magical. Aren't they? Aren't they? Yeah, whenever I go to one of their shows, I'm like, whoa, magic, you know? Me too, me too. I love them, they're so cool. It's like magic, yeah. Alright, she's talking. Not saying much, but it's a start. I saw them with Father the other day. The opening ceremony at the Grand Ride Museum of Magic. Grand Ride Museum? They have one of those? Guess it makes sense now that they have their own commemorative stamp. So, have you been to one of their shows? Just once, when I was little, with his father. The Grand Ride is on stage. It was like a dream. Disappearing, reappearing, cutting apart, putting back together. They do it all. Yeah. Maybe you can keep telling me stuff like this. You know, about Second Volant, maybe. Oh, sure. All right. Better get asking before she changes her mind. I don't go outside much. I like the paint in here. Why don't you like the outside? There's bad people out there. Well, true, but there's a lot of good people too. Actually, I should tell you. She was almost kidnapped once. Kidnapped? Since then, she's been, well, you can see for yourself. She refuses to leave the house. I see. Wait, but that doesn't make sense. She said she went to the Grammar Museum. With you, in fact. Yes, actually. She was quite insistent on it, much to my surprise. It was the first and last time she expressed such a desire to me.
That person gave me a good luck charm
A good luck charm?
for when I absolutely had to go outside.
Yes, apparently she received something. A gift. From that client, actually. She won't tell me what it was.
Father, I told you to keep that a secret.
From that client, huh? This I have to hear about. So, your father tells me you're good at painting all sorts of things.
I really like painting, a lot. Father is always very happy when I paint them exactly the same.
So, you did this too.
Oh yes, that was my first job.
Your first?
All I used to do was paint the same thing I saw, but this was totally different. The pen slips in the way the writer had the pen, the pressure on the nib. I had to use a microscope and analyze it on the computer.
She seems happy. Odd. Her work was the last nail in the Grammar coffin. I guess no one told her.
They're the best in the whole world.
Huh? Oh, you mean Troop Grammar? Of course.
Father gave it to me.
Your father? But I asked him about it. Didn't know how you got it.
I guess I just took it, yeah.
Took it?
Father got a letter from that person.
That person? You mean that letter was from the client?
Oh, we talked about the grammars forever that day. I'm sure that's why I was sent that stamp. I didn't want to just send it back, so I took it.
They're a sneaky one, this client. So, they were trying to get on their good side. Commemorative stamp, updated in the court record. What's different about the stamp here? Sent from the real client. Oh, okay, the letters. So, you met the person that asked you to do this job, and you talked with them. What's this about a good luck charm you received?
I can't talk about it.
Eh?
If I do, it won't work anymore. That's what I was told.
Yeah, but I really, really have to know. Right, time to do some psyche unlocking. The client. You seem to trust this client. Quite a lot, in fact. Because they gave you the stamp.
No, that's not why. They listened to me. To my problem.
The problem that keeps her inside all the time.
Don't go outside if you don't want to. That's what they told me. But when I absolutely have to go out, all I had to do was use the good luck charm.
A good luck charm that your client gave you. I think I know what your client might have given you, actually. Is this your good luck charm? This was what they gave you, wasn't it?
Ah!
The same bottle's over there on your desk. Your good luck charm, right?
I heard once. Cosmetics were once thought to ward off evil. This is a magic bottle. It has the power.
Ah, of course it does. I'll just refrain from commenting anymore on that one. I think I know who gave you that bottle, actually. The one who asked you to do this job. Was this the client? This man is a friend of mine. Know him? His name is Christoph Gavin. He's a lawyer, actually.
I promised. I promised not to tell.
She looks so distraught.
I'm sorry. I'm sorry I can't talk about the client. I promised. And if I break my promise, it won't work.
I don't need a name anymore. I've got my answer. You're pretty confident in this charm, then.
I think they might be the devil.
Huh?
Or maybe an angel?
Well, the devil is an angel. What do you mean?
I saw it. Or I think I saw it when they gave me this. I saw the devil's face.
Are you saying the client's face looked like the devil's?
No, the client was gentle, with a gentle smile.
So, where'd you see this devil, then?
It was so quick, I don't remember well. But that's when I knew that person wasn't like other people. That's why I believed in my good luck charm.
I'm not sure what this devil she saw was, but it's pretty clear that Christoph Gavin has her charmed. Well, I think that's all. I'll be leaving now. I am sorry for what happened. I want to apologize to try my client, Zach Grammar.
Did I do something bad?
What makes you think that?
Your eyes. You're sad. Very sad.
I'll put on my smile next time I come. Promise. I hope to see you smile then too, Vera.
Oh, okay.
Take care. Vera's so cute. I wish she appeared more. I wish she had appearances in other games, but alas, she doesn't. Which isn't that surprising. I can't remember a final case that had characters reappear that were introduced in that final case. Well, Adrian, but that's it. I think she's the only one. Oh, I guess Manfred too. Trying to remember. Any other characters? No, I don't think so, no. Thinking back on my first encounter with the young forger, I witnessed something of vital importance that day. Of course, by the time I realized it was already too late. Now we go. Finally, we get back to the detention center. No, wait, no. I can examine him. Does he say smile? You're on candid camera? Smile? You're on candid camera. I just have to say it. Old habits die hard. Maybe I should do a few tricks for the viewers at home. That guard keeps stealing glances in this direction and scratching his head. Maybe our resident magician showed him a trick or two. I think this is the last time this song plays in the series. I'm gonna miss it. I like this song. I have to hand it to my partner. He knows how to make an exit, and that's talent. Yes, he made my attorney's badge disappear, and he never even touched it. Glory's spotlight always leaves someone weeping in the shadows. Yet his very disappearance is itself a revelation. Revealing what? Zach Grammar killed Magnifi. It's as good as a signed confession. That's certainly been public opinion's take on it. I grow tired of my cage. And the time of my release is near. I must go and prepare. Planning on jumping back into the magic right away. As long as an audience awaits with bated breath, there will be Volant. And also, yes? Now that my partner has disappeared, Magnifi's repertoire is mine. Volant Grammar has a tradition to uphold. Is that true? Seen in this light, the trial was quite good to me. Verdict or no? And yet, you can't pay for that kind of publicity. No. The suspicion on you hasn't lifted entirely, Volant. After all, you received one of those letters too. You were just as obligated to follow Magnifi's instructions as your partner. So I was, but only Zack Grammar followed them. Let us not speak any more of who shot what. Now that my partner has vanished, the question is moot. I'm more interested in learning something else, actually. What might that be? I want to know what Magnifi had up his sleeve. How could he coerce you and your partner to kill him? The trick up his sleeve. Perhaps you do not know. Know what? A great magician never reveals his secrets. 4. I didn't think it would be that easy. The audience must remain forever in the audience, bathing in the reflected glow of the spotlight. The trick up his sleeve. I'm flying by the seat of my pants on this one. There must be a path leading from the evidence to the truth. And that's what I'm going to find. To ask someone to take a life, even one not long for this world. That's asking someone to commit murder. Yes, our mentor was fond of dramatic moves and dramatic finales. And he got his wish. His life was taken. What weakness could be so powerful as to coerce someone into committing murder? I guess it was a matter of life or death. Care to explain? Your troupe lived in a world of showmanship. The flashier the better. And flashy so often means danger, doesn't it? Let us make this as painless as possible. If you have proof of this danger, then show it. Is it this? What is it? What? I'm confused, actually. Genuinely. Yeah, okay. Why, that's one of ours. Specially designed for your show, I gather. A single bullet, one shot. What are you suggesting? We are magicians, Mr. Wright, not murderers. I'm not crying murder, Mr. Valant. I'm crying something far more tragic. An accident. Zack and Valant's quick draw shoot him. How long has it been since those shots were last heard? Was the shoot him cancelled because someone might get hurt? Of course. What other reason could there be? Well, it could have been cancelled because someone had already been hurt. Fascinating. My Faustian forging friend. But tell me, what can you prove with a single pistol? Well, tell me what would have happened if there had been an accident. What if one of your bullets took a life on stage? The performance of magic is not concerned with what ifs. It is concerned with precision. Precisely whom do you claim we shot? Looks like I've chosen the right path. Let's just hope he walks it with me. A life was sacrificed so that the show might go on. And this shows who did it. Oh. That shows who did it. Not that, obviously not that. A word, if I may. Yes? Does it excite you to know you stand at a critical moment in your quest? Yeah, it does, sort of. And you're not particularly listening. Pick it up. What? I hadn't actually been considering that as a career option. I'm sure you find something else to wild away this time. Like figuring out who that bullet hit. Did I not press this? Okay, Oh, not that. I'm dumb. I was presenting the wrong picture of Thalassa. But that's Zack Grimmerai's wife, and Trucy's mother. Thalassa, I believe was her name. I thought maybe I accidentally presented the fingernail polish. Ah, Alakazam! But how can you say this? How can you say she was struck by one of our bullets? Still in denial mode, eh? Thalassa was at the greatest risk of being shot, and this clearly shows how much danger she was in. Is there one of these? Troop Grammarai's performances were very, very popular. So popular they even made a commemorative stamp at the height of your fame. We were not merely the latest craze, we were an age. A golden age. It's all here on the stamp. There's Thalassa, yes? Trucy's mother is missing, I hear. What happened to her? I don't know. A part of his memory is still locked up. There is one thing you are failing to address. What's that? As you say, our troop is a world unto itself. If our leader, Magnifi, was so inclined, he could hide anything he wishes with ease. But, Mr. Wright, then he would have hid a crime, making him an accomplice. Not a great foundation for blackmail. Valance got a point. If one of the troop members died in an accident and Magnifi covered it up, his innocence would come into question. Found the right address, Mr. Wright? So close. There has to be something about how Thalassa's death could affect Zack and Valance's relationship with Magnifi. I see in your eyes you still have something to say. How can you possibly prove more than you already have? I'll prove why Thalassa's accident tied your hands so completely. It's going to take a little knowledge of his players to crack this one. The accidental death of Zack's wife tied both your hands, and this information proves why Magnifi held so much power over you. It wasn't a question of who shot Thalassa. Thalassa herself was the problem. What do you mean? She was Zack Grammarai's wife, Trucy's mother, and Magnifi Grammarai's only daughter. Ugh. There was a terrible accident, and the two of you killed your mentor's only daughter. If that wasn't the key to Magnifi's power over you, I don't know what was. It was an accident! There's no proof, none at all. But Thalassa went missing, and your mentor blackmailed both of his disciples. It doesn't take a genius to put one and one together. Ours was a complex family. You mean Troop Grammarai? The Master, Magnifi Grammarai, his only daughter, and his two disciples. That does sound like a recipe for disaster, doesn't it? Do not be tempted into faulty flights of fancy. Yes, there was an accident. That is all it was. An accident. Zack and Valance tour de force. The guns blaze, the bullets fly, straight toward that beautiful body on stage. And then crash, zing, pow, and everything but her. Now that is magic. It happened one day when we were practicing. Same trick with a new twist. And tragedy. But as for whose bullet stole Thalassa's life, we shall never know the answer. Thalassa disappeared from our lives, and Zack was bereft of his wife. Trucy lost her mother, and Magnifi his daughter. And that led to blackmail, I take it. It is all part and parcel of the darkness that comes when the curtain falls. Why did Magnifi Grammarai try to cover up the accident? It was his own daughter who died. All I can say is, it was a critical time for Troop Grammarai. A passing of the torch from Magnifi to Zack and Valance. Your sacrifice so We all sacrificed so that it might be a success. Thalas's death was the greatest sacrifice of all. Yet, even when her life was extinguished, her presence was not. What do you mean? In time, myself and Zack, found we could no longer oppose Magnify's wishes. Magnify forced us to perform his art for his benefit. I see. I guess I can understand. I mean, he did lose his only daughter. But do you not find cowardice in his actions? Huh? To decide to hide the truth of your own daughter's death is one thing. But then to hang that death as a guillotine above our heads... Things were dark behind the scenes in Troop Grammar, that's for sure. Does Juicy know? He was not told. Naturally. He would want to know that their father might have taken their mother's life. True. I had not thought of that accident for a very long time. I'm sorry to dredge up older memories, but this has helped a lot. Not to find Magnify's Slayer, I should think. True. Nah. After that accident, there was one who came sniffing, quite persistently. A reporter. He called himself a newsman at the time. Often I spied him lurking about the dressing room, doing his research. Would you happen to remember his name? What was his name? Sorry, I have forgotten. But in the course of his interviewing, he became quite close to my partner Zack. I liked him a lot. I liked him not. I see. His name, I do not recall. But his scent, the cloying aroma of mint. Yes, whenever he smiled, which was far too often. I see. Thanks for your help. It does no good to interfere with the past, Mr. Wright. You will not uncover answers, only ruins. I'm sorry. I had begun to notice a dark curtain hanging over Troop Grammar Eye, and I began to realize what I had to do. I had to protect Trucy from that darkness. The reporter he mentioned, the newsman, I never learned who that was at the time. Though I've got a pretty good idea who it is now. That smile, and that sickly sweet smell of mint. The last floss-thin thread connecting Zack Grammar to this world. Sooner or later, I'd have to track him down. That's it for the past. Now we only have the present. Drew Studio and Sunshine Coliseum are there now, available. Present day, Drew Studio. Eh? Well, what do we have here? Remember me? Of course I remember you. Journalist meets sex attorney in bar, end quote. Can I ask what you're doing here? Mr. Misham was poisoned and his daughters. Oh yes, I know. Oh, how I know, yes. It's caused me no end of grief, to be honest. The journalist wishes he'd tracked down the case just a little quicker, end quote. Were you on the trail of this case the whole time? Zack Grammar was a good friend. Zack said something to that effect back at the Borscht Bowl Club. What a character, what a man! With a lot, extremely rough around the edges. Do you think I could ask you a few questions? Oh, you serious? I mean, I'm usually the interviewer, not the interviewee. Journalist asks question, not other way around, end quote. Fine, shoot, I don't care. People have been asking me all sorts of things lately. It was tragic what happened to Drew Misham and his daughter. Forgery is a serious crime, and they paid the price. You know what really did them in, though, don't you? Yes. A forged diary page. The night I interviewed him, I found out something about Mr. Misham I hadn't known. What's that? You know, he always felt like he was being watched. Every day for 7 years. Walls have ears, potatoes have eyes, end quote. Being watched. You mean he felt guilty? No, I'm not talking about feelings here. You know, I felt watched too. The whole time I've been on this case, no less. Journalist gets tingling sensation on back of neck, freaks out, end quote. Because you felt guilty? Why would I feel guilty? You felt like you were being watched, huh? I wonder what it all means. Dream Mission felt like he was being watched. And you along with him. You sure it wasn't just nerves? Nerves? No, it's nothing so mundane. I stopped paying attention to my nerves a long time ago. But I felt it too. Dream was sure he's being watched, end quote. Don't you wonder why Zach Grimmer got rubbed out after 7 years? Right after coming into contact with me? He completely vanishes from that courtroom. Then, for 7 years, he talks to no one, not one soul. Then, just as the remaining time was almost up, he contacts me in order to have this made. And then, he dies. Starting to put the pieces together, are we? And you were being watched this whole time? Maybe not just me. Maybe you were too. Me. I met Zach through that case, actually. You mean the shooting of Magnifi Grammar? No, before that. Is that widely known? You mean the accident during the quick draw shoot-'em practice? My, you're well informed. Should have seen me back then. I dug up quite the scoop. I wanted it all. Money, fame, woman, a little puppy. All for me. I was younger then, and my days and nights smelled of a fresher mint than they do now. The long grammar I did mention one particularly nosy reporter. In fact, I was on close speaking terms with Magnifi Grammar at the time. I knew his daughter too, of course. Thalassa, wasn't it? Really? Then Thalassa disappeared. Quite suddenly at that. But Magnifi wouldn't say a word about it. Yeah, my evil habit got the better of me. Journalist catches scent of scoop, goes on feeding frenzy, end quote. I set up a one-on-one interview with Thalassa's husband, see? Zach Grammar. Something strange was in the air over at Troop Grammar in those days. The screwy mentor controlling disciples scene started by then, I'm guessing. Thalassa, she was part of it all, right? Come on, you can tell me, off the record. Sorry, I don't know. Anyway, I kept trying and eventually became friends with Zach. Sure, he punched me once or twice, or 5 times, but over time he came to see me as his confidant. He's been waiting this whole time, 7 years, eh? Waiting? For his big comeback, of course. The big revival of the Magnifi Miracle. Of course it was all a dream. Because of this. The performance rights. In the absence of any official documents, he was golden. He used to say the old man didn't give his rights to both Zach and Volant. So Volant waited until Zach died, legally, at least. Time finally comes, and Volant's like a kid on Christmas morning. He's getting ready for his show at the Sunshine Coliseum, you know? If that document sees the legal light of day, it's going to put a bit of a damper on the big show. He's a sorry one, that Volant Grammar. Lost out to his partner at work, and in love too. Love? It's the same old story, really. 2 disciples and their mentor's only daughter. What has 3 sides and all of them pointy? A love triangle. It is pretty classic. When you're in a performing troupe, that's your world. It's like family. One with an entire high school's worth of drama, intrigue, and backstabbing. And in the middle of all this, Thalassa has Trucy. And then she dies. I need to find out more about this Thalassa. This? Thalassa, I think? Mr. Brushel, do you know this person? Do I know that person? Of course. I was friends with Zach, after all. He hit me a few times. 5, actually. But still, I'd never forget his wife. Thalassa Grammar. Magnifi Grammar's only daughter. Do you think you could tell me more about her? Well, why the heck not? So, Thalassa married Zach and had Trucy, see? It was her second marriage, actually. You mean she was divorced? And see, I hadn't heard this one before. Not quite. Her late husband was a performer, too. Died in an accident on stage. No, he didn't. That's not true. That's a lie. We... I don't like how future games fuck around with this. I'm not gonna spoil it, but I don't like it. Tragic, really? They had only been married 1 year. I didn't know. Ah, but she was a beauty. I still carry a portrait photo of her around, you know? I've known Trucy since she was a little thing, too. She's got the better deal, sadly. She's got you for family, after all. What do you mean? Yes, reminiscing, you know? Floss has another child besides Trucy. End quote. What? But Trucy said she was an only child. Ah, yes, this one she had with her previous husband. Her previous husband? Her first husband who died on stage? Yep, they had themselves a kid. Another orphan now. There's another one who slipped through the cracks. No idea where they are now. Flossa had another child. Do you think I could borrow that photo? Sure, I can be generous on occasion, you know? Floss's portrait out of the court record. Type other. Received from Spark Brushel. I won't need this locket anymore. Photo of a young Flossa, Trucy's mother. Check for details. Better return it to Trucy before I forget. People and events all get tangled together and get bigger and bigger. Don't you think? I was too busy wondering about bigger to listen to what you were saying. Sometimes you just gotta accept that you won't be able to untangle it all, I think. Maybe so, but still. I have to do what I can. And I have to tell what I find to those who come next. Next, you say? I'm not the one who closed the curtain on this little play. Apparently, that's not my role anymore. Magnifi. I was just wondering what Magnifi would think of all this. What do you mean? Haven't you seen it in Trucy? She's got his power. You mean how I can't lie to Trucy? It's the same with Magnifi. And with his daughter, Thalassa. It's a strange thing. You think it's some Grammar gene? Magnifi told me once, back when Zack married Thalassa. He said Zack had good eyes. But not good like a Grammar eyes. Not that good. I wonder if Zack ever played a game of poker with his wife. Who knows what the Grammar secret was? Maybe nobody, now that Zack's gone. Zack Grammar. The plot had finally begun to reveal itself. It sprouted from a warp in the Grammar fabric, and grew, swallowing everything, wrapping itself around the Grammar power. Hi, Trucy! The power which passed from Magnifi Grammar to Thalassa, to the next generation. And I would once again need to meet the one who bridged it all together. We're going technically to the past again, which physically should not be able to show him what we have to show him. But hey, Clear Drew Studio. We're getting close to the end. The Grammar secret. I have to know more about this power of Trucy's. It's like you can see right into people's minds. First time I saw her do it, it blew me. And after you were done having your mind blew, you took her to play cards with you. Yeah, you gotta use the resources at hand, I always say. Yet I myself have no such power. But Trucy does. Why's that? Maybe Trucy got her power from her mother. Thalassa Grammar. I will not speak of that. Thalassa is officially missing, correct? And I think I know why you don't want to talk about her. The three of you were a team once. Not that the entire country doesn't already know this. At your peak, you were the biggest stars around. Yes, there's another story behind the fame, one that not many know. Thalassa lost her life during a rehearsal. To you and Volant Grammarai's bullets. It was an accident. It wasn't me. How could I shoot my dear Thalassa? I'm sure Volant would say the same thing. Why, it's just like another murder I might mention. Damn you. Her eyes. I loved Thalassa's eyes. To think they could read my mind was frightening. Yet there was a warmth in them that I felt like an embrace. She is dead, and Magnific Grammarai had joined her. So the only one with her power left now is Trucy. Mr. Zack? I do not know. I don't need any power to see through that one, buddy. So there's someone else, someone other than Trucy. Someone who inherited Thalassa's power. How would I know? My chances are slim. It would take a miracle to learn the truth. Or maybe one has already occurred. There is someone else with the power, and I know who. This boy. His name is... I forget. Something weird. Who could he be? An attorney? Attorney? I noticed him when I went to visit a friend's law offices. So, what are we to make of this, oh great ex-attorney? You can't show me pictures of strange boys, or you can show me pictures of strange boys all you like. But you could at least say something like, I'm this boy. You could use a laugh. Perhaps you wouldn't laugh if you knew the facts. This might not be 100% proof, but it's close. There's a link between this boy and Thalassa. Actually, it's more of a ring. A ring? Perhaps this will refresh your memory. I just so happen to have evidence showing this missing link. Actually, I know something. Your marriage to Thalassa was her second. How did you know this? Her first husband. He died a year after they were wed, yes? He was a performer. They met when he joined us Grammarais as a guest in our show. After Thalassa wed him, she left the troupe for a while. And you say she had a child, then? I have a photograph of her here. I couldn't help notice what she was wearing when I first saw this. Those bracelets stand out. They're a Grammarai family heirloom. This boy wears a bracelet just like the one in the picture. What? So, that's why. Why what, Mr. Zack? I took this photograph of Thalassa before she left us. When she returned, she wore only one bracelet. I better know where that other one went. She gave it to this boy, her son. Unlock successful. This strange power. I myself do not know where it comes. Yet the fact is that it is passed down the Grammarai line. It runs in their veins. What is it? I asked her, Thalassa, once. This is what she told me. The power responds to tension in others. Tension? She would have faced a person and they became tense even slightly. Then she would know, no matter how hard they tried to hide it from her. So, she could see it. Not quite. This is the strangest part of it all. She wouldn't realize that she was subconsciously detecting this tension, without the use of a particular object, or, in her case, objects. Objects? Wait, were they something she wore? Yes, a bracelet. I admit the first time I saw one of those, I felt there was more to it than just fashion. But what kind of power could a bracelet have? I have made a decision. I will tell you all I know. Consider it a gift. Well, I hardly need you to tell me at this point, but those two... A brother and sister, yes. And the brother, too, has this power of theirs. So Trucy has an older brother. I wonder what will come of that. So far, absolutely nothing. As of Ace Attorney 6, absolutely nothing. Mr. Wright, tonight, after our game is done, I will return to a life of hiding. I would not see her live her life without knowing. I understand. I'll tell the two of them when the time is right. I am in your debt once again. No kidding. What I want to know is how all this got to be so messed up. Those bracelets are made of a special alloy, which is said to expand and shrink very slightly in response to body warmth. So they're temperature sensitive or something? Yes. This is how they can shrink to the exact size of their wearer's wrist. And this is something to do with the power? What have I told you? The Grammar power reacts to tension in others. When a Grammar senses tension, they too become tense. And this tension translates into minute contractions of the muscles. So minute they cannot sense it on their own. Their muscles? Oh, so that's what the bracelets are for. With a bracelet on, one can sense these contractions, because the bracelet is always a perfect fit. So when the person they're watching gets tense, the bracelet feels tighter on their wrist. Precisely. But that alone doesn't really count as mind reading. I believe I understand how the process works from there. It's a simple question of eyesight. Eyesight? I guess that sounds simple enough. Have you ever heard of kinetic vision? Something about the ability to see moving objects with full clarity, right? I've heard of it before. They say athletes can see a moving ball like it was stopped if they focus. Oh, but it's not confined to sports alone. It all relies on the ability to focus. When we focus, we can see many things. The faintest twitch of the face, and the meaning that lies behind it. Therein lies one of the secrets of magic. One must know the mind of a crowd before one may distract it. So, basically what you're saying is, the Grammar eyes can see really well. For them, seeing is more than believing, it's knowing. The power relies on eyesight combined with exceptional focus. Things are starting to come into focus for me too. Of course, it is difficult to maintain such levels of focus for any length of time. But what if someone could tell you when to focus? Or something. Precisely. But wait, Trucy doesn't have any bracelets. You're talking about poker, yes? The timing of when to focus is so elementary, she probably does it without thinking. I doubt Trucy herself has realized this. That is all I know of things. That is all I know of things Grammar Eye. Thank you, Mr. Zack. If this boy's bracelet is the real thing, then he will use it before long, thereby awakening his power. I'll keep that in mind. Well, shall we play a game? I've said so much. Let me say one more thing. I will tell you of that night. That night? The night my mentor, Magnific Grammar Eye, passed from this world to the next. Oh, okay. There were 2 pistols and 2 letters sent. This was Magnific's test. A test. In his last years, Magnific Grammar Eye worked us to the bone. No, to the pain. But that night, I could not shoot him. So I shot the clown's forehead instead. This, it seems, was the correct answer. Take this. I give my art to you. Take this. I give my art to you, Zack. What? Just thanks for playing along with my show. You shot well tonight, Zack. Though I would not have dined dying by your hand. How could I shoot you? You're my mentor. Bah, I thought you might say that. If I went home without shooting anything... what would you have done then? Then, of course, I would have given Volant his chance. And if I had shot you in the forehead instead, then it would be over. If you or Volant were to shoot me in the head, then I, to the darkness, would go, and my art with me. A fitting end, don't you think? Ah! Yes, this ending too gives me no cause for regret. I thank you, Zack. And I'm sorry. I've done much that is wrong in my day. It seems to me that Magnifi wanted you to be a successor all along. That's why the time he gave you was earlier than Volant's. Perhaps. But it is not something we will ever know for sure now. I wonder, what is Volant up to these days? Waiting for you to die. If 7 years pass like this, the performance rights go to him. Ah. And now here I am, and his dream is ended. It's worse than that, actually. Public opinion's a fickle thing, you know? What? You don't mean to tell me they've put the blame for Armento's death on him? The trial ended when you vanished, Zack. There were even rumors that Volant had helped you pull it off. But that's madness! Well, it seems that before I can once again disappear from this world, I have one more act to perform. Isn't it odd that sorting out my life should prove so complicated? Even though I'm dead. That night, Zack Gramerai was killed. He died as Shady Smith, a mysterious traveler with a secret past. But he left one thing behind before he parted. This. His confession, to use as I saw fit. Of course, he'd killed no one. This was his way of tying up loose ends with his old partner Volant Gramerai. Zack's confession added to the court record. Well, now I can't look at the court record. 2 more left. Almost done. This is also, by the way, this is the longest part so far of Ace Attorney that I have done. Longest single part. Present day, Sunshine Coliseum. Well, this is a blast from the distant past. Typed documents received from Shady Smith. Confession to the slaying of Magnifi Gramerai. Touch to check under details. Whom it may concern, 7 years past, I, Zack Gramerai, murdered my mentor, Magnifi Gramerai. I apologize for the trouble caused by my sudden departure from court, and hereby confess to my crime, Zack Gramerai. Long time no see, Mr. Valant. 7 years has it been? Frankly, I didn't think I'd ever see you again. Actually, I came because there's something I want to ask you. I've spoken to the press. I've nothing more to say. I've spoken to a lot of people myself, and come to some conclusions. But then I realized I needed to hear it from you. I've walked a difficult road these past 7 years, because you couldn't perform Magnifi's repertoire. Do not be deceived. Roland's skill is the real deal. I do not require my mentor's hand-me-downs. No, it was my partner who showed me on my way. Zach Grammar. He's rather well performed. Disappearing after 7 years ago was the end. Or so I thought. Zach Grammar murdered our mentor and fled to escape punishment for his crime. You said something to that effect 7 years ago, didn't you? I remember it as if it were only yesterday. Yet I was not in the way of it in the end. But while he vanished, the suspicions upon my own person never did. His partner Zach vanished to protect him. That's what those thieving magpies of the press said. I had no idea. But the very same press comes to me now, feigning interest. They cover the greatest magic show in history as if it were a vaudevillian distraction. And here I must stand, smiling at them all. What am I, if not a player in some fiendish farce? Might I suggest it's because you never made it clear what happened? Magnifi's death is still a mystery to this day. Which is why I came here to get the answer from you. I knew I'd be seeing you sooner or later. The audience has no business stepping upon the stage. They must be content to sit and stare at the spotlight. That sounds an awful lot like something I heard 7 years ago. Magnifi's death. Ask what you will. You'll get nothing from me. I'm as much a part of this affair as you are now. I have to know what happened. For 7 long years I've endured. Now, finally, the curtain lifts on my new golden age. All the miracles of our troupe within my grasp. Sorry to do this, Valant. But right now I need answers. I think I'll start by dropping a bomb. That should shake things up. Valant, I wouldn't be so sure about those miracles. Not as long as I have this. And what might that be? Now you see, it bears the Grammar seal. I should have brought this to your attention sooner, but I didn't imagine you'd be planning your comeback quite so fast. What is this? A document showing the true recipient of the performance rights to Magnifi's miracles. What? Zach Grammar. He wrote this? What? He passed everything to his daughter? You see, Nigmar, actually. She's officially my daughter these days. Preposterous. Zach is gone. Vanished into the void. This is the genuine article. Zach was alive when he wrote this. Both myself and the notary can testify to this. Why? Why does fate toy with me so? Why must my life be lived in thrall to the dead? You're not the only one with that problem. But he shot Magnifi. Yes, it was Zach. It was. Then he left. My career as a magician fell into darkness. Did you think there might be some way out of it? Say, if you could prove Zach Grammar shot Magnifi. Was that why you testified? Yes. My way out. It should have been my way out. Well, it might not be too late, Mr. Valant. All you need is a way to prove your case. Who really killed Magnifi Grammar? I believe I have the answer to your prayers right here. Zach Grammar wrote one more thing before passing on. But this is a confession. In which he admits to the killing of Magnifi Grammar. See? all according to your plan. Wrong button. I am a magician by trade. Deception is my life's work. I fool the audience, give them a fleeting dream. Yet it seems the tables have turned. Now I am the audience, believing in the deceptions I have wrought upon myself. Zack wrote this right in front of me, after I explained your situation to him. Alaka. Alaka's... Oh my god! You do know that this confession is nothing but lies. Yes, it's my opinion that Zack Grammar killed no one. Then you must be thinking the truth is a simple matter of elimination. You received instructions to kill, but if one is innocent, then the one who remains is guilty. That would be the logical conclusion, yes. So he vanished to protect me, his partner. A stirring tale, 'tis true. Did you shoot Magnifi Grammar in the forehead? If I had, and I had told you, what would you do? Run to the police by chance? Do as you will. There's nothing left for me now. It is true, after all. I have little talent. I needed my mentor Magnifi's repertoire. It was as if a little demon grabbed hold of me. I knew it. So Valant Grammar I did kill the great Magnifi. So sorry, Mr. Wright. But it was not I who shot my mentor. What? But if it wasn't you, then who was it? There wasn't another disciple, was there? Another disciple, such as, I don't know, Knack and Talent Grammar I maybe? Knack and oh my god. Your wild fancies couldn't be further from the truth. Only Zack and Valant received those threatening letters. But there was another. One more person could have fired that pistol that night. I don't suppose you figured it out by now. If it wasn't Zack or Valant who shot Magnifi, then it had to be the only other person at the scene, which means... Wait, you don't mean... Yes, the great Magnifi Grammar himself. So Magnifi Grammar committed suicide? You find it hard to believe. To be honest, I hadn't even imagined it as a possibility. When I arrived that night, the old man was still alive. He appeared to be asleep. I could not shoot him. But when I turned and made to leave the room, the old man called out to me. So, you spoke with Magnifi Grammar, Yes, and this is why I knew what he had done. Magnifi transferred the rights to his repertoire to my partner, Zack Grammar, not me. I see. Then I guess I owe you an apology. I always thought you were the one who did it. You owe me no apology. Huh? My crime was, in a way, more serious than that of murder. What? Your crime? Is Valant Grammar confessing something to me? It could be more serious than murder. You see, I knew that 2 letters had been sent. There were no secrets between partners. It was easy to find out. That was when I understood Magnifi's plan. He wanted to die by one of your hands. Little did I expect it had anything to do with the rights to his repertoire. That was when I heard it. The little demon whispering inside my heart. The demon? Let me confess, I had intended to shoot Magnifi. And I planned on framing my partner for the crime. What? That night, I prepared something before going to Magnifi's hospital room. Which was... IV fluid, of course. I'd seen it on an earlier visit. If Zack did not shoot, I would do the deed. Then, I would use the IV liquid to place the murder on his hands. That was my plan. But you didn't shoot him. I could not. The demon in my heart fled when the moment came. But then Magnifi called me back. I'm sorry, Valant. I'm giving my magic to Zack, not to you. You still lack the draw he has. Please help him if you can. I left the room, and then I stopped. The shock of what I had just been told consumed me. That is when I heard that fateful gunshot. Magnifique Grammar, killing himself. Then the demon awoke within me. Zack killed him. He was the one. Frame him, and the magic will be yours. I altered the scene of his suicide. I took the pistol from his hand, wiped off the prints. Then I used the syringe to add the IV liquid I'd brought. So, in the end, things happened pretty much as planned. Magnifi died, and you framed Zack for his murder. As planned, indeed. Of course, the outcome was somewhat different than I had anticipated. Well, what do you think? Do you believe my story? Can it be believed truly? That was 7 years ago. I don't know what to believe. But, yes, I'm glad I heard it from you, Mr. Valant. Thank you. It is I who should be thanking you, Mr. Wright. Only when I had lost everything could I make my decision. You're going to turn yourself in. My partner may have vanished, but not so much my guilt. And as my guilt stays, all else begins to leave me. My friends, my performance rights, my magic. I've had enough of vanishing acts. I understand. I thought my life was ruled by a dead man. But I find I was wrong. For Zack Grammar was alive. Well, not anymore. And now it occurs to me. What if he had not... What if he was not the only one who survived? What do you mean? You see, now that I think about it, I realize that we never saw proof of her demise. We never saw her body. Her? The mind races and the mouth flaps up. My apologies. Forget this matter. I can only hope that the day will come when I again meet my partner, Zack Grammar. Then I shall apologize for my terrible mistake. I'm glad we had this chance to talk. Thank you. Zack Grammar, Shady Smith, whichever name you prefer. He is no longer with us. The truth revealed in that trial was only a sliver. And then in the impenetrable darkness that remained has taken another life. I knew what I'd have to do to push back the darkness for good. And it would involve paying that man a visit. Now there's only one more thing. One more place we have to go. Solitary Cell 13. Sorry, sir. Prisoner Christoph Gavin is currently occupied. I see. Do you know when he'll be finished? Well. Could you go find out? Certainly, sir. Please wait here a moment. My apologies to the guard, but there's something I need to see. Oh, that's gone. That has vanished. There it is. The yellow envelope. And the sender is Drew Misham. I was right. When I arrived at the studio, Mr. Misham was at his desk. He seemed to be writing a letter, but he quickly sealed the envelope. It was a yellow envelope. I heard it was left at the crime scene. If this is the last letter that Drew Misham wrote, then there's something I need to do. The last thing I need to do, in fact. I know that the last word is Christoph. Probably, I don't know. Here goes. Let's see if this atropine spray finds anything. So, this was Drew Misham's messenger of death. It was this stamp, all right. No mistaking it. His last letter was sent to Christoph Gavin. The interview request came like you said it would, and they're looking into the case. I swear on my life, I won't tell them about you, so please release that spell you've put on my daughter. I'll write later with a report, Drew Misham. Gotcha. Letter from Misham added to the court record. Type evidence retrieved from solitary cell 13. Finally, decisive evidence. Letter posted by Drew Misham just before dying. Poison traces found on the stamp. What's this? A burglar? In jail? Gavin! I didn't know you moonlighted in larceny, right? Gavin! There's something I have to ask you. Can I steal your stuff? The answer is no. My apologies, but there's not much I care to discuss. Vera Misham hasn't received her verdict yet. You follow me, Gavin? There are no known survivors of atrochromine poisoning, but it never hurts to hope. Okay, I'll be leaving now then. Right, wait. Yeah, Gavin? Would you mind leaving that letter? It's private. Oh, sorry. Forgot I had it. Many thanks. Yeah, I love this moment. It's so funny. We've now seen all the clues in the case. Clues I've gathered over 7 long years. Now it is time. Every story has an ending. You've come to the final chapter. The final trial. Find the truth. You're the only ones who can. To be continued. And we will find this truth next time. And finish the game, because it's only one trial part. It's kind of short, too. Not the shortest, but like it's not very long. Anyways, we'll finish this video game next time. Bye bye.